So I've decided to work with you, Nicky, on my kitchen project. What should I bring to my first consultation or meeting with you?
In the first consultation with your designer, you should definitely be armed with a little bit of information. So you want to bring along, if it's a new build, you want to bring your plans. If it's a renovation, the meeting should really take place on site so that the designer can get a good look at the space and the light and all those sorts of things that have a big impact on the end result. It's really important to have a think about your budget. Make sure you know roughly where you want to aim. It's very hard for a designer to create something for you without knowing where to go. If you put a plan in front of somebody and the cost of that kitchen is $60,000, that might not be what that client's expecting. So having the conversation about budget early on is a really important part. So our first initial consultation is really an interview between yourself and your designer. It's talking about what you want to achieve. Actually setting a goal for your kitchen is really important early on, because if you don't have a goal, obviously it's a lot harder to get there. But when you've got a fairly good idea of where you want to end up, then that's a really great start. I ask clients to sort of have a look through Pinterest and Houzz, any websites that show a lot of interior design, to give me a bit of an idea of how they want the kitchen to look. For us, when I have a client first come in, this budget is one of the first things we talk about. People don't like to talk about money, but it is a really big deal. And a lot of people have no idea how much a kitchen costs. So at that point, we'll look at all the different products around and I'll be able to give them a bit of an idea of where we're sort of looking. There is a totally different conversation if it's your own home, but if you're investing money into a property that you're going to sell, then it's all about being clever with your budget and using the right materials and things to create the look you want without the price tag, so you get a good return on investment. Planning a budget for your kitchen, it is a big deal. It's really important. Setting aside a reasonable and realistic budget is really important. There's a lot of shows on TV that show people exactly what you can have, but they don't show you the price. So, you can get people coming into your showroom with all these great ideas and they walk out pretty deflated because it's just not within their budget. Buying a kitchen is a big deal. Spending that kind of money is a big deal. And it's quite an emotional purchase for clients. The kitchen is the heart of the home. So it's an important place to spend a reasonable amount of money, but it still has to sit within your budget. You don't want to go and extend yourself so far that it becomes a stressful process and you don't enjoy it as much. You want to make sure that you feel like you've invested in your home and it's value for money and that you get the enjoyment out of it that you should. A new kitchen should bring enjoyment to you and your family. It should complement your home and it should be an investment in your property. Appliances should always be an additional part of your budget. So if you have a $25,000 budget for your kitchen, it should be plus appliances. Because obviously you can spend $2,000 on an appliance suite or $200,000 on an appliance suite. It really just depends on where you're going to go. Choosing your hardware for your kitchen is a very big deal. The hardware is what's going to give you the longevity in your kitchen. So if anywhere, that's probably the place to spend a little bit more. The finishes and things that come on your cabinet fronts and bench tops, there's a wide variety from entry-level price point right up to the high-end timber veneers and things. So yeah, I think for me, it's when I'm talking to clients, the practicality and the hardware that goes into the kitchen should be priority, and then everything else should come after that.
In doing my own kitchen, I've found there are so many options out there with finishes, colours, etc. How can you help me to choose the right thing that works for me?
Yeah, so there is an awful lot of product in the market for kitchens right now, and there's more and more every week. The technology in the kitchen and the way that they manufacture some of these materials has come a really long way. To help clients make the decisions, I get them to use platforms such as Houzz and Pinterest. It gives them an opportunity to have a look around at the different colour palettes and things around and gives us an idea of where they want to end up. You can put 10 different types of materials on the same kitchen design and have 10 different prices, and they can vary from $1,000 to $10,000. So choosing your materials doesn't just come down to the colours you like, but it does come down to budget and what materials fit within your budget. Choosing your finishes for your kitchen is a big deal, and it's something that you should definitely invest some time in. So getting out there and having a look at some of the showrooms that are around, seeing what's on display, touch and feel the product, look at the edge, look at the finish, all the things that make a huge difference to the overall appeal of your kitchen and the end result. So the big thing about choosing your colours for your kitchen is never ever decide on your colours from the little samples that you get in the shops. Once you've sort of whittled it down to a few colours or a few colour palettes that you're interested in, you definitely need to order the bigger samples to make sure that it's exactly what you want. Those little chips are cut from massive pieces of board and you're only seeing a snippet of the overall effect. And it's really important that you understand that some of the timber grains, for example, have big knots and things in them that might not be displayed on those small pieces. Working out the best method of communication through this process is really important as well. So if you respond better to text or your designer responds better to text, then that's the way that you guys should communicate through this process. Sometimes, you're emailing something and you need an answer in a hurry. You've got to wait till that person's read that email and then has the time to respond. I generally prefer a text. That way, you can work out if it's urgent or not and decide to get back to someone in a hurry or put something else off. But yeah, definitely working out the best form of communication between each party around that period is super important. A designer's there to help you and to encourage you and to show you all the benefits of the hardware and the materials that are available. But at the end of the day, it's your kitchen and it needs to make you happy and work with your family and your home and the interior of your home. It should be cohesive.